In Lesson 8.5, we're going to explore and classify polygons. So before we do that, we need to talk about a few terms. So what is a polygon? Well, a polygon is a closed shape with straight sides. Okay, so it has to be closed, meaning there can't be any pieces not connected, and all the sides have to be straight. It can't be any curvy sides. A regular polygon is a polygon with all sides congruent, meaning they're the same length, and all angles congruent. So basically everything matches. An irregular polygon, just not all parts are congruent. If one side doesn't match all the other sides, then it's not regular. It's irregular. It just needs one side to not match everybody else, and the whole thing is irregular. And a quadrilateral is just a four-sided polygon. Now, speaking of fancy names, let's fill in this nice chart on the other side. A triangle, tri means three, and has three sides. Quadrilateral, quad means four. Penta means five. Hexagon means six. Octagon means 8. And a decagon means 10. Okay, so fill all that in, and then we'll talk about the special types of quadrilaterals. Now you notice that all these pictures here have four sides. These are all quadrilaterals. So these are the special ones that we're going to talk about a lot. A trapezoid has two parallel, and that's what these little arrows mean. The arrows mean parallel, not congruent sides, meaning they're different lengths. So while they're parallel, they go in the same direction. They are very clearly not the same length. That makes it a trapezoid. And a parallelogram has two pairs of parallel and congruent sides, rather. So you can see by the arrows, the top and the bottom are parallel, and the right and the left side are also parallel. However, the right and the left side are also congruent, and the top and the bottom are also congruent. So everything matches. Parallelogram, all opposite sides are parallel, and they're the same length. Well, a rectangle has that too. It is a parallelogram, but it has four right angles. So it has all the stuff a parallelogram has. These are the same length, they're also parallel. These are the same length, and they're parallel. But it has these four right angles, and that's what makes it a rectangle. A rhombus is a parallelogram with four congruent sides. Okay, so all the sides are the same length, and opposite sides are still parallel, just that everybody's the same length now. And a square brings it all together. A square is a rhombus with four right angles. So all the sides are congruent, meaning it's a rhombus. Opposite sides are also parallel, making it a parallelogram, and it's got 4 right angles, which putting all that together makes it a square. Now a square is a regular quadrilateral because all of the sides are the same length and all of the angles are the same size. So a square is regular. So pause the video and fill all that in before moving on. Okay, in these first examples here, we're just going to name each polygon based on the number of sides. I like to mark the sides so I know which ones I've already counted. I'm not marking them that they're the same length, I'm just sort of crossing them off so I know which ones I've already counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 sides makes it a hexagon. And the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides makes it a pentagon. And that's all. Okay, so now let's move on to the next part. Now we're just going to take a look and we're going to see if the polygons are regular or irregular. So in the figure that we're given here, all sides are congruent and all angles are also congruent, so the figure is regular. Everything matches. In B here, all the sides are congruent and all the angles are not congruent. Because you can see that this is a really small angle, but this is a really big angle. So the figure is going to be irregular because all the sides and all the angles have to match. And in the last example here, we are going to classify this quadrilateral. So we're going to give all the names that it could be. And we want to know which is the best name. So while it could be a bunch of things, we want to give the best name for it. So exactly one pair of opposite sides is, what do these arrows mean? That means parallel. Okay, so it only has one pair of opposite sides that are parallel, therefore it must be a trapezoid. And that's it. Now in the quick checks, quick check 1, you're just going to name the shape based on the number of sides. In quick check 2, you're going to say if it's regular or irregular. And in 3, you're going to give the best name for the quadrilateral. Okay, so look back at the examples, look at all the names and the rules of each shape, and work the quick checks, and we'll check your work in class.